confused why everything is we here. We. Everything. I get in the car, it's like, how long's the hotel? It's 5 wee minutes. It'll be 5 wee minutes. Is that like an actual minute, or is that smaller than a minute? Is that 60 seconds? Is it about, yeah, 60 wee seconds. 60 wee. Is that smaller than what you're talking about? I got room service today. They pop up wee signature in there. Is that like my actual signature, smaller version? I got you a wee sandwich. I want a big sandwich. I'm hungry. Oh well. Nice. Drove past the Titanic quarter. That's a lot going on there, isn't there? The Titanic quarter. That's of course because of the Titanic that you've got a museum. Is that right? The museum about the Titanic. You do know what happened, don't you? Is it a cause for celebration? I actually went round it years ago. I said to somebody working there, I'm so sorry, do you know what happened to the Titanic? He just looked at me and it was fine when it left here. Okay, let's have an exhibition. Why not? Apparently you've got apartments. Does anybody here live in the Titanic apartments? Do you? No, sorry. Who does? Nobody. Why did you move? What happened? Sorry, I think I mistimed that. I was going to do that when you come on. So I just realized he's on the stage. I've been watching the screen the whole time. Do people complain in the apartments? Is that maintenance? There's a leak in my apartment. I know there should be a fucking leak. It's the Titanic. It's an authentic experience. Can I get a plumber? No, we can set up a string quartet if you like. I wrote that in the car. You liked it? Really well. Why not? Why not? I actually came here in January. It's a bit weird. I had to get a visa to go to America to work, so I went to the local embassy, which is in London, that's where I live, and they said there was no appointments, we had to go to our next closest embassy in the UK, Belfast. So I had a day trip here in January, and I went to the US embassy. I don't know if anybody's been there, it's just outside of town, it's like a country house. I'm not sure it's official, there didn't seem to be many Americans there. I walked in, there's just these two huge Irish security guards. As soon as they couldn't believe it when I came in, they're like, oh my god, it's your man. It's your man, look at that, my dash. It's Michael Harder, I can't believe it. It's Michael Harder, oh my god. Oh my god. They had quite a thick Northern Irish accent. Some of you have such a thick accent that you can't actually hear words, it's just sounds, just, oh my god, come in here. Just turn that up a little bit. The bass is a little bit too low. Could you just have a little bit of trouble with my voice? I don't think they're going to understand what I'm saying. It's a tone, isn't it? It's a baby's like, what? No, listen to daddy. It's if you're going to be a Northern Irish baby, you're going to have to go. Anyway, so I walked into this embassy. Anyway, could I get a wee selfie? I was like, is that like a normal selfie? Anyway. I said, of course you can. So he got out his phone. This is the reason I'm telling you this. Got out his phone, then he did something I've never seen before. He passed his phone to his fellow security guard and said, could you take a selfie for us? Then the other guy actually took the phone from him and took a photo of his own face. I don't know why you want a photo of me, your man standing over there. He's like, I do, I want a selfie. I said, a selfie is when you take it yourself. He said, well, that makes a lot of sense. Then you spell it out for me like that. So we held up the phone, and I hugged in, but he didn't turn the picture around. So in the screen, all we saw was his fellow security guard again, just grinning. He then proceeded to take a second photo of his phone. I said, now you've got to push the button and it turns around. Then he pushed the button, and he turned around and took a third photo with this bloke. I had to take it in the end. Then he got really serious. He went, could I take your name, please? It's like, well, you've said it 15 times, I think. Then the other way went, could I see some photo ID? There should be someone's fucking phone by now. So this is my show. This is my set. This is my name, incidentally. You probably recognise that. It's a lovely Because it gets framed in this screen, different parts of my name sometimes become more prominent, like higher right now. See, I've never thought of the different parts of my name, and that higher is in it. So if I stand here, higher, and if I move along, it gets in it. Well, this is quite fun here. It's like, El Mac! It's like I'm some kind of Spanish comedian. Oh, my favorite, El Mac is on! Hola! That's all the Spanish I get. But there is a bit of this stage that I can't stand on, and it's really something that hasn't occurred to me, despite the fact this has been my name my entire life. If I stand over here, an incredible awkwardness occurs right there. Yeah, and if you pan to the right, quite frankly, it gets worse. I know, I do apologise. I came for a family show, don't you fucking stand there, alright. So thanks for coming, thanks for booking your tickets and things. I know it can be a little bit difficult, you're applauding me, I am grateful to you. I know it's got weird online now when you book your tickets. It used to be relatively straightforward. Now they do this thing where they go, are you a robot? They're like, no, I'm not a robot. Why are you testing if I'm a robot? I'm a human. I should be fine. Apparently robots aren't allowed in the theatre. I don't know if one robot spoiled it for all the other robots. And you just tick the box. I'm not a robot. Can we move on? I'm definitely a human. We can actually run some tests to prove that you are not a robot. Well, this should be simple. I'm a human being. I'm certainly not a robot. Ask away. Okay, so here are some boxes. Which one has a shop front in it? Oh shit, this is actually quite tricky. Definitely that one. This one seems to be bleeding into the other box. Do I tick both? I think that one, and I'm going to go that one. Then it goes, wrong, we're going to have to ask you a few more questions. We still suspect you might be a robot. I'm not a robot. How are you with bridges? I don't know, let's find out. Sometimes you get so many wrong in a row. I'm like, darling, am I a robot? You would tell me, wouldn't you? I'd also like to apologise for my slight, let's say, weight gain. This suit bespoke cut to my body for this tour. Before the tour, unfortunately, it's a body that I no longer have. So I'm still squeezing into it. I can't lift my hands above here now. That's the issue I'm having. I have to express myself at quite a low level. Because if I raise my hands there, that's the result. Jacket boobs. I get jacket boobs. I didn't realise my shirt was going to pop up. Oh my god, something just broke. Oh my god, it's falling apart. I've lost a belt hoop. Oh, belt hoop. Come on, guys. I don't think anyone's actually bursted out of their belt hoop. I'm setting a new standard. At the end of the show, I'll just be a naked fat man. I'll just sit on this stage like a naked Buddha. Look, it's around from the back. Can I get a wee selfie with your massive fucking star? Jesus. Alright. That'll be interesting. I got this phone before Christmas. Well, my wife got me the new iPhone. It's got facial recognition technology. You don't actually have to unlock it. With a code, you look at it, and it recognises your face and becomes unlocked just from your face. It's really quite amazing, except my phone no longer recognises my face since Christmas, since the weight game. It just looks at me like, who's that fat bastard? Have you stolen my Christmas? It's me! It's me! So I'm not going to have to do this. Because I'm getting older. I'm 42. I'm 42 years old. I don't know how old you are. Just by way of applause, who is older than me? Older than 42? Younger than 42. I feel the energy. It's probably 50-50, but the energy. Older? Oh, I don't fucking know. I have to get involved. I was going to have a break. I don't know, little things are starting to change, it's very annoying. I've got little grey hairs coming. I wake up in the morning, everything hurts now, aches and pains. My wife and I were the same age. We used to wake up in the morning and go, morning, morning! How did we sleep? Fine. What about you? Fine. Now it's like a consultation at the doctor's. We have to check each other's ailments. How's your throat? I
check it. It's not good. What about your eye, darling? How's that going? Check it. And your back, I have to walk around the room. It feels a bit stiff. But sometimes it just takes a while to get going. Unfortunately, I do have lower back pain. I now have to sleep in something called an elasticated lumbar support belt. Velcro edition. It's probably the least fetching thing anyone's ever worn. I forgot I was wearing it the other night. It's our anniversary. I thought I was a shoo-in for some action post-dinner. Kids were asleep. I stood at the end of the bed in my pants and my elasticated lumbar support belt. I reached for the Velcro sash. No, Michael, I'm sorry, I can't. Not this year. Keep up the physio, maybe next year. Fine. Little changes. I've started to pee in the night now. Sorry, that came out wrong. I do get out of bed. It's not as if... I think there's something wrong with my bladder. No. I get woken up by my bladder now in the night to pee. I don't know why. My bladder used to be fine till the morning. I'd be like, night bladder, night Mikey, sleep well, I will, see ya. Wake up in the morning, my bladder's like, we're half full, but no cause for alarm. Next time we're passing a loo, I will need emptying, but relax, have a cup of tea. No problems here, everything's under control. Now, when I'm deep asleep, my bladder sends messages to my brain to give me dreams that I'm pissing myself. That's the new thing. Having a normal anxiety dream, I'm back at school, my teeth are falling out. Oh, and I've pissed my pants as well. This is going great. And then I wake up, have I pissed my pants? My bladder's like, nearly, we're gonna go now! You have to get up in the darkness, trying to keep yourself asleep with one eye open. Very depressing development. It does give me a chance, though, to close the window and pop the heating on and turn the fans off, because my wife likes to sleep in Arctic conditions. It's a hormonal thing, I think. I'm worried she's going to leave me for the beast of the east. That's probably her ideal man. I don't understand why she wants the house so absolutely freezing, but her bath is so boiling hot. I didn't even know the bath got this hot. It's like she's adding kettles to the bath. When she's in the bath, steam fills the whole house. People are driving down the road with fog lights on. What on earth is going on up there? Also, we have to share water because there's only a certain amount of hot water and I'm the last out bath after the children and my wife. So she calls out through the steam from the bath, Michael, would you like this bath after me? What, to cook pasta in? I think I'll wait a bit. Because we've all done that when you get into a bath and you don't realise it's that hot. When you run it too hot by accident, when you're getting into somebody else's scorching bath. Because once you get in and you stand there, you start to know yourself, and it takes a while for the information to go from your feet to your brain that you're actually seriously burning your feet. So you think, something doesn't feel quite right here. So, I have to bail, but I'm not going to get out of doing it. You end up standing naked next to the bath. You look down, you've got these sort of red marks on your shoes, sort of red skin socks. Then I'll have to plunge my arm in to let water out. There's a bit of a build-up for that. But to get down to the point... Now you've got a red arm, 2 red feet. But the braver amongst us will battle, don't we? We get in and we hover. We get into nothing. Even though it really hurts, you hover over the surface. Then you get the cold on and you start paddling like a man. We can do this. Come on. We can fight this. Then you reverse it. Time for this one. This has got to make a change. Come on. I tend to go all the way up to the taps. It's okay up here. Come on. Then there comes a time you have to check it. You have to check how the temperature is doing, and you do this with your bottom, because your bottom is the closest to the surface. So you start to lower your bottom to see how things are getting on. This is where I forget that I have balls. It's not so much that I forget. It's more the angle of dangle. Means that my balls are now the closest thing to the surface of the water. And I forget that they're there. I'm so focused on my bottom that's going to be burnt that it catches my balls. If somebody said to me, I'm going to burn your balls in 3, 2, 1, that would be bad enough. But because I'm not thinking about it, it hurts so... It's the most sensitive too hot. I'll soon find out. A little bit more milk, a splash. I'd say a splash. I've got hover paddle hardened balls. I use them. They're very sensitive to temperature. When mothers are bathing babies in those little plastic baths, they tell them to test the water with their elbow, don't they? And make sure you don't burn baby with your elbow. Make sure you do. Does that burn baby? Test the water with your elbow. That's the best thing to do. No mother has ever gone, Dad, get your balls out. I've got to test the water. I'll give it 10 to 15 minutes. It's not a nice thing, is it? Because you've probably got locks on your bottom. I should have a lock. I should have a lock. We've got this... Congratulations. It's your first baby. Second baby. What's your name? Where are you from? Stockport. That's in another, that's across the water. How come you're here? Married a local boy, did you? Yeah. Headed down to Stockport. Look what I got. Well done, Dad. Congratulations. What's your name? My fertile local friend. Jimmy. Jimmy? Why do you keep saying Jimmy? Like I've said it wrong. Is it Jimmy? No, it's not Jimmy. What is it? Jimmy. Well, it might as well be Jimmy, the way you're going to say it. Jimmy. The words here are amazing. I like the words that when the syllables just go, like murr, murr. That's a brilliant one. Murr, murr. Look at the murr. I'm going to have a shar, and then look at the murr. And the three wise men bought Jesus incense, frankincense, and myrrh. Is that to see what he fucking looked like? That was funny. Carry on. I got overconfident at that point. Anyway, congratulations, well done. When's it due? 22nd of July. You got a boy or a girl? Do you know? Don't know. Got any names picked out? You do? Well, I love them, whatever they are. I love them because people. An Irishman with lots of vowels and things. Owen, spelled E-O-G-Z-G-Y-A-G-P-X-X-V. Anyway, yeah, well, good. Summer baby, that's what people like to say. It's nice in the summer. It's been quite nice here. Nice day today. Lovely weather today. Well done. It must be amazing to have nice weather here. I don't even think you have weather here, because at the end of every weather forecast I ever see, they always do the whole weather. Even if it's nice, they'll go, it's going to be a lovely day tomorrow, we've got high temperatures coming in, lots of high pressure, get the barbecues out, it's going to be a really lovely summer's day. Except Scotland and Northern Ireland. Where it will be utter shit. If you can see over here, we've got a low front of shit just coming in. You can have a barbecue, but that's really just to keep warm. Except Scotland and Northern Ireland. But it's really, I love the way that in Britain, we have a few hot days in a row, we start to think we live in some kind of a global hotspot. We start to compete with other nations of the world. It said in the paper last week, it said yesterday in Hull, temperatures reached 29 degrees, whereas in Jamaica, it was only 25. Implying that Jamaicans who wake up in the morning, opening the curtains going, oh shit, I wish I was in Hull. Fuck these turquoise waters and white sandy beaches. We can go to Hull, they have a new ID. Yeah, it's been beautiful. They do tell you a lot of nonsense on the weather that you don't need to know. I need to know if it's going to be windy. But I don't think I need to know the direction and speed of the wind. But again, it's going to be a stiff northeasterly breeze. I'm not sailing to work, I don't give a shit. The people I know, I'll leave slightly later with a tailwind, they'll be there in half the time. The perfect speed and wind direction. Nonsense. Of course, there was a royal wedding, I hope you enjoyed that. Get the line down there, people clapping, it was very nice. Watching those strangers getting married, that was fantastic. £30 million they spent on security to keep out Meghan Markle's insane family. That was exciting. You can have one of those crazy American fuckers. Only one, okay? I think they should change the vows, don't you? For the royals, do we need all the same stuff that we have? For richer or for poorer? Yeah, what are the chances? Yeah, they're the royals. Granny is on the money. Her face is on the money. Heads or tails? It's me! That bloke went on a bit, then, didn't he? The pastor. Oh, goodness. I think he's still going. Love is a fire. Love is incredible. Love is a spark. The power of love. At the beginning, you're like, this is awesome. I'm loving this guy. But you just didn't shut up. Just kept going. Who here drives an automobile? Not a hey. Philip was like, I'm going to die soon. Can we hurry up? You're right, mate. Had a bit of a drink. Where are you off to? What are we paying you for? Hello, mate. You're right. Where are you going? You're going for a pit. All right. This gentleman's going to hold your hand. Jesus. Okay. So that was a little bit awkward. A gentleman has approached the stage, and so we've got these guys. Security. What happened in the training? What happened? If a bloke approaches the stage, enjoy, see what fucking happens. Anyway. Okay, I better hurry up because people are obviously drinking quite a lot tonight. But the sun has been amazing. But we do forget the winter, but it's hard. It's hard. I don't know how we get through it. For me, the winter is split into two sections. There's before Christmas and after Christmas. And before Christmas, we quite like it. We quite like the cold weather, don't we? We like it because it's Christmassy. It's all part of the season. It's all part of the season. You come inside from the cold and it's so nice to come inside. It's so cozy. Put the fire on. Put the fire on. Let's have hot chocolate. Do you know, it might snow, children. It might snow. Then Christmas happens and it's just shit for months. Just doesn't get, and there's no special days to keep us going, is there? Pancake Day. How pathetic is Pancake Day compared to Christmas? There's no build-up to Pancake Day. It's only 10 more shopping days till Pancake Day. I've got the flour, just need the eggs, and I've done nice and early this year. You know, I saw a lemon wedge and I felt all pancakey inside. I'm really into it. It's Pancake Day Eve, children. Pancake Day tends to be the day after Pancake Day. You know, oh fuck, it was yesterday Pancake Day. We've done it again, haven't we? And there are challenges to the winter that I think people like. Gentlemen like a challenge in the winter. Like when it gets very close, cold, you get frozen windscreen day. When you look out the window, and I don't know what was that called. It's frozen windscreen day. How are we going to deal with that? Oh, I can see my breath. I can see my breath. And people deal with frozen windscreens in different ways. Some people go for the scraper. Just by way of applause, who goes for the scraper to deal with the frozen windscreen? Scrapers in the house. Not many. Who goes for water? Who pours water? That is definitely favoured in Belfast, the water. Yeah, you pour it on the front, that's the main bit, you've got to see out of that bit, but you tend to not have enough, and you can't be asked to go back inside and fill it up, so you just splash the last bits. Hopefully that'll do, hopefully I can see out the front. Or you do that thing when you wind the window down and the ice goes down, then you wind it back up and the ice is gone, which is quite exciting. That didn't work with snow, we found that out a few months ago. When we rolled the window down, the snow just looked at us and went, you're an idiot, and then fell into the crash. I go for the blower. I put the blower on. Some of us do the defrosting. You just sit in the car and put the blower on. It's like an igloo. You can't see out the front. You can't see out the sides. You're just waiting for the car to heat up so that you can go. And then slowly it starts to work. It's a lovely moment. When it starts to fall. Just in the middle, at the bottom, a small opening starts to form. You're like, oh, it's working. And you look through it, don't you? Even though you can barely see anything. It's working, there it is. The outside world. And then very strangely, you find yourself driving away. That's enough for me. Even your own brain goes, what are you doing? No, I know these roads. I've got sat-navs to help me. If I skid, I'll blame the ice. It's just a wee bit of snow anyway. But I haven't really been here. I've been away, I've been touring, I've been going around the world, I've been on a big world tour. All sorts of far-flung places, Stockport. I've been to Stockport. New Zealand, I mean, how far can you get? New Zealand. People are whooping New Zealand. I mean, it takes like 24 hours to get to New Zealand. I mean, you lose a day of your life, and the jet lag is insane. And I suffer very badly with jet lag. Even when the clocks went forward an hour a few months ago, I couldn't really function for about a week. Sorry, every time you said walk down the stage, I'm worried I'm going to get attacked. Are you alright? I've got a bottle of wine. I missed the punchline of the joke. I'm going to do it again. Even when the clocks go forward an hour, I can't really function. I do watch ITV Plus 1 the day before to try and get into the new time zone, but it doesn't seem to work. Sorry, you just made me nervous. Are you alright? You focused? People are attacking me tonight. It's the first time it's happened. I've been around the whole world. That's the first time some bloke has just walked through. You shit. Oh, right, well, I've been on TV enough for you to work that out before you bought a fucking ticket. Oh, anyway, you can make me feel loved. Do you want to make me feel loved? A man has just got that shit. Do this every night. God, right. He's a So yes, New Zealand. Went to New Zealand is far away. And so I landed, I thought I've got to get onto the time zone as soon as possible. So I landed in Auckland Airport, I pulled out the bezel of my watch, I said to the stewardess, I said, so what's the time difference here? She went, we're 12 hours ahead, we're 12 hours ahead in New Zealand. So I started to wind my watch, 12 hours. I noticed in my peripheral vision that she was looking at me like I was an idiot. I got about 8 hours in, I thought, what's her problem? She needs to jog on. And I thought, oh right, I'm going to land in exactly the same place that I started here. So rather than look a fool, I wound it back 8 hours. Thank you. Thank you for your help, thank you. It's quite a fun joke though, because you never know when people are going to get it. You got it really quite early. I told that joke in Norwich, they never got it. I had to explain it afterwards. I thought I'd said it wrong. They were like, oh yeah, because the clock goes all the way round. That's quite funny. I'll explain it to you in the car on the way home, darling. Went to Australia. Australia's beautiful. It's a beautiful country. I had a lovely time in Australia. The only problem with Australia, is basically the sharks, in my honest opinion. That's where the sharks are. They are swimming in the sea surrounding Australia. It's not a problem, just don't get in the water because of the sharks. But unfortunately, the Australians, they don't really give a shit about the sharks. And they actually go in. I went to the beach with some Australians. They're like, are you getting in? You're getting in the water? I was like, no, because there are sharks in the water. Yeah, but you've got to live your life until it ends because of the sharks in the water. You idiot. I'm not getting into the water. I was there for 2 weeks. I saw 3 different people on the news who were bitten by sharks. Get out of the water and that won't happen. This guy was just lying in hospital. He was like, I was just surfing in the sea and this shark literally came out of nowhere. Well, not exactly. The shark was in its natural habitat. You're the one that came out of nowhere and offered yourself as a snack. Get out of the water, you idiot. It's not like he's lying in hospital going, I was downstairs in the kitchen unloading the dishwasher, and this shark just literally came out of nowhere. I was on an internal flight to Sydney and I looked out the window, and this shark just came out of nowhere. Get out of the water. And of course I went to America, which is something that, of course, with my visa that I very kindly got given by the embassy here in Belfast. And the Americans, they're a little bit over the top. You probably know this about Americans, but as an audience, they're insane. They're insane, whooping and cheering. I went on Twitter after the show, I was like, Michael McIntyre was awesome! He blew the roof off! that in Britain, I'm going to be honest with you. The best you get here is, he didn't disappoint. Even when we're happy, we have to reference our disappointing lives. But things are a little bit weird in America, we know that politically. There is a change of government, things have been a little bit tense. We're a little bit worried at the moment about North Korea and whether there'll be a nuclear war. Listen, we all hope that doesn't and never happens. But if there is a nuclear war and North Korea win and take over the world, I don't know what your plan is. But my plan is to blend in. That's how I handle that situation. Shall we all enjoy how Asian I look as a person? Shall we enjoy? I'm happy to talk about it. I am not an Asian person. My mother is Hungarian, my father Canadian, my children do not look like they're from Asia. No one in the history of my family has ever been from Asia. I am the sole Asian representative of my household, and nobody knows how that happened. Even my own son thought I was Chinese the other day. This is a little bit embarrassing. We were cycling together. He cycled ahead of me. I thought I'd make him jump, so I cycled past him. I went, boom! He was like, oh my God! I thought some Chinese man was attacking me! It's me. It's your father, darling. But the good news is, I did some gigs in Hong Kong, and it turns out that this is gorgeous in Hong Kong. Yeah. In Britain, I'm a weird-looking Englishy Asian guy. There, I'm an exotic, cool accent Asian guy. As soon as I got off the plane, girls were giggling and trying to talk to me. It's like, where are you from? You're so handsome. I love your accent. One girl said to me, are you a model? I was like, no, I'm not a model. She said, you look like the guy from the Paco Rabanne advert. There is an advert in Hong Kong for Paco Rabanne. It is me. I'm not even kidding, it's me. I'm like, is that me? I thought it was me. You're so beautiful. I knew they fancied me because they were lowering their pollution masks to flirt. I don't trust myself around you, Mr. Pakababa. They all wear these masks, these sort of surgical masks on their face. They're very worried about disease. It's quite overpopulated. I was in a restaurant there, and literally everybody's sitting in these masks, eating in the sort of corner, feeding themselves. I sneezed. It was like a fire drill. Everybody stood up. Please make your way out. The orderly fashion. Very sick man. A few girls stay behind. I don't go if he don't go. I love Papa Babanga. Unfortunately, this did lead to one of the more embarrassing moments of my life. My wife put me in for a treatment in the spa in the hotel. She's always trying to look after me, and she put me in. She said, head down, I'll put you a massage. And thank you very much. So I went down to these girls in reception. I told them I'll put myself in. They said, look, you got to go through to your locker, get a locker. In the locker, there's a robe, put your robe on, and then go through to meet your therapist, and she will give you a massage, okay? I went, thank you very much. I went through, sure enough, I found a locker, and there was this robe and everything. I put that on, but there was also these pants, this packet of tiny, disposable massage pants. I've never seen anything quite like it. No man should be wearing these, let me tell you. The tiniest bit of, sort of a string that went around one side, a string that went around the other, the smallest amount of fabric that barely covered anything at all. And I'd never seen these massage pants before. I didn't know what they were. I thought it was the pollution mask for my face. I thought out of respect they wanted me to wear the mask like they were. So the side bits, I hooked the string around one end. Then I hooked it around the other end. And I put my face where my balls were supposed to be. Then I put the robe on and I walked in with the pants on my face. She loved it, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my God! The pants are on your face! That's a pack on my back. Open your robe. No, it's not strange in Norway. It's strange because I don't speak Norwegian. They basically are from Norway. It's not their first language. speak English, and I spoke English to them, but they seemed to like it. They sort of clap in time, like a picture of the high jump, but I don't do the high jump. It's all a little bit weird. And I know nothing about Norway personally, apart from Aha. That's all I know. Aha. That's all I was armed with. Do you remember the band Aha? Touch me, the sun always shines on TV. And it was in my head the whole time I was there, which is annoying. When a song's in your head, it just pops out, doesn't it? It just pops out when you don't know when it's going to pop out. I was in the taxi. Touch me. The other night, we were at a dinner party. There was a lull in conversation, and I just went, checkatrain.com. I don't even know what that is. My wife was like, "You're right, darling." I don't know. It just popped up. Must have heard it on the radio. It's a website or something. Checkatrain.com. I sat next to quite a boring rich man. I said to him, what do you do? He said, I'm a collector. I collect fine wine, classic cars, artworks. His wife went, what do you collect? I felt under pressure to come up with something. Nectar points? I don't know what you want from me. Checkatrain.com. So I had a bit of an incident in the hotel in Norway. I'm there for one night. I've got to get up early for a flight. I'm on my own, obviously. It's bedtime, I've got to turn the lights off in the hotel room. I don't know where the switches are. We all have this problem in hotel rooms because it's not our home. At home, you know the switches. In a hotel room, it's just guesswork. You just look for a switch. When you see one, you switch it. Sometimes another light comes on. You think, well, it's not that one. Then you do the big lights. Then you've got to do the lamps. You start fiddling on the neck, and you don't know if it's even on the neck. Then you make the mistake of looking in, and you burn the ring of fire to your vision. All very boring. So I thought I was going to do this voyage of switches. So I thought I'd start with the front door, so I went over to the front door. And sure enough, there was a switch over there, and I switched it off, and I couldn't believe it. It was a master switch. It controlled all the lights and lamps in the room. Suddenly we went from bright light to no light at all. I thought, brilliant, that's that done. Then of course I had to turn it on again though, to familiarise myself with the route into bed. Then I turned it off, and it was pitch black dark, so I had to sort of dark walk. You know when you feel the need to swim your way? So I swam through the darkness of the room, turned the corner, found the comfortable bed, got into the bed, opened up the duvet. Now, there was another master switch that controlled all the lights and lamps in the room, and it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That this will be next to the bed. But it wasn't. For reasons known only to the hotel themselves, they decided to put the other master switch hidden behind the pillow of the bed. So when my head hit the pillow, I activated the switch, and all the lights and lamps came on. And I didn't know that I had done that. Why would I assume there was a switch hidden behind the pillow? I thought somebody must have come in. I'm freaking out. Hello? Is there somebody there? This room's taken. Hello? Of course, there was nobody there, so I got out of the bed, and I walked through the brightness to the only switch that I was aware of, switched it off, and then dark walked again, swimming my way through the darkness, got into the bed. As soon as my head hit the pillow, all the lights and lamps came on. I'm not going to lie to you, this happened a few times in a row. On one occasion, I got into the bed at a slightly different angle, and I missed the switch, and I thought, well, that's that finish. That was a weird few moments in my life. Then I rolled over for additional comfort, and all the lights and lamps came on again. So I phoned to reception, and I complained. I said, there seems to be some kind of an electrical issue in this hotel. I turned the lights off, and they all come on their own. Have there been other reports of problems? She said, absolutely not. Shall I send up maintenance? I said, do. Thank you very much. So I waited in my room in the bright lights, and there was a knock on the door, and then I walked down the all too familiar route to the front door, and I let in this Norwegian maintenance gentleman. He had dungaree sort of overalls on, he had a beard, he smelled slightly of fish, he was withered at his face. He said, what is the problem? I said, well, there seems to be an electrical fault with the room. Every time I turn the lights off, all of them come back on again. It's a little bit strange. Let me show you. I think that's the best way. What's been happening? So I turned the lights off, and I stood in the total darkness with this bearded, dungaree-wearing Norwegian fish-smelling stranger for a period of time. Of course nothing happened. He said, what is supposed to happen? So I turned the lights back on. I went, it's bloody typical. As soon as you're here, it seems to be fixed. I said, let me show you exactly what's been happening. So I turned the lights off, and I grabbed him, and I led him through my hotel room. We dark swam together. He was quite reluctant. I had to tug him along, if I'm honest. Come on, trust me. Trust me, where are we going? Trust me. So I left him somewhere at the end of my bed. I don't know exactly where because I couldn't see anything. I got into the bed, I lay back, and wouldn't you just know it, on this occasion, my head misses the switch, and the lights remain off. I remain in total darkness, with a Norwegian bearded, dungareed, fish-smelling stranger somewhere in my room. I could hear him breathing. I think it was the creepiest moments of both of our lives. I do regret breaking the silence with, "Touch me." It was in my head. I really hope he didn't hear that. Then he went, "Please let me go." Not, "Please can I go?" "Please let me go," like he was a captive. So I was like, "Of course you must leave. It seems to be fixed. I'm so sorry to get you up here. You're free to leave." He stumbled out. He knocked a few things over. There was a chink of light as he opened and closed the door behind him. I rolled over, and the fucking lights went on. And that's how it remained. Thank you very much, thank you. Oh, it's nice, It's feeling better now, after the assault. I always hope that you clap so that I can get a drink. Every time I do. Wow, audience winning juice. Wow, it's so hot up here. Good lord. This is Evian, of course. It's bottled water. Middle-class people prefer it. You've probably seen how they behave in restaurants when the waiter comes in. "Can I get you a drink? Can we just get some water?" Sometimes the waiter goes, "Tap!" It's like he's just said, "Puddle? Puddle? Fish bowl? I've been collecting tears. No, thank you. Can we get bottled water? We don't trust tap water. We don't know where it's been. It's really dangerous. It could poison the children. We're happy to have bottled water." Evian or something. There's a picture of a mountain. We find it reassuring. Tap water is very dangerous. Children never have tap water. We're happy to pay for the water from the bottle, thank you. Tap water, we just simply don't know where it's been. Ice? Yes, could you freeze the shit water and put it into the bottled water? Because we'd like a slow death for the children. There's a slow release of shit water. My wife, she drinks 2 litres a day. She always says, "I must have my 2 litres a day." I always have my 2 litres. It's because she's very healthy. You should do too, Michael. 2 litres is a lot. 2 litres is a lot. I never get close to having 2 litres. You really should. We go to sleep at night. So, "Have you had your 2 litres, darling?" No, I don't think so. I had a bit when I had a headache. I had some Nurofen and a swig of water. But beyond that, I'll never get close to 2 litres. I tell you when I do drink water, when I've had a Chinese. Sometimes we get out of a Chinese. Then I'm up in the middle of the night. Holy hell, that Chinese was salty. My wife's like, "Can I have some?" "No, you've had your 2 litres, fuck off." She's doing well though, my wife. She's a brilliant person. She needs to stop shopping on the internet. I think that needs to stop. A little bit, just calm down. She used to shop when the shops were open. She used to go shopping when the shops were open. She would have to drive to them and park and pick things out and queue, and it would take ages. Now she just buttons, just clicks shit, and then things show up the next day. The other night I woke up, there was a glow on her side of the bed. I'm like, "You're right, darling." It's like, I couldn't sleep, so I bought some shoes. How's that gonna help? What are you gonna do? Hit yourself over the head with them? The other night I was on internet banking on my laptop. She was lying next to me in bed. And I saw money coming out of the account while I was... Are you doing this right now? It's technology, you see. Technology is there to make things easier for us, and it does. But sometimes I think it goes a little bit too far. I don't know. I've got this new car. I just got a new car. Everything is automated. I don't do anything for myself in this car. When it gets dark, the headlights come on their own. Yeah? When it starts raining, the windscreen wipers come on their own. I stop at traffic lights, a finger comes out and picks my nose. This is amazing. But the more technology does stuff, the less we physically are doing. There are young people in here who know nothing of physically rolling down and rolling up a window. Their whole lives, they use the expression, "Can you roll the window up?" But that's it, just pushing buttons. For decades, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we were actually physically having to do this shit. It's good for your body. We'd have to lean over and do the passenger one. We could try them both at the same time. in my new car. I just push a button. I put a button next to the seat, I move it there, I push it there, it goes forward, I push it there, To find my favourite driving position, I'm simply just pushing buttons, that's all I'm doing. Back in the day, there'd be a lever between my legs. You'd lift it up, and it would shoot you along rails into the back seat of the car. Then you'd have to shag your way into your favourite driving position. Very good for your core muscles. Gentlemen of the 70s were much better lovers because they were constantly shagging their way into their favourite driving position of the Cortina. Or Capri, I don't know what you were driving. But I don't know if we want all these things taken away from us. We're British. British people, we like to make our decisions. We like to push buttons. We've got a lot of rain in this country, especially here. We like to select the correct windscreen wiping speed according to the strength of the rain. We like that responsibility. We like to think it's quite heavy, the rain is quite heavy. I'm going to bypass level 1, I'm going to level 2. Oh yes, I think I've made the correct decision here. Sometimes when it's really heavy rain, you get quite excited. All right, my car, let's see what you got. We're going all the way. But our favourite setting, and I think I speak for all of us when I say this, is the intermittent windscreen wiping. There's something so exciting, isn't there, in our boring lives, as we wait for the rain to build on our windscreen in front of us, not knowing if we've made the right decision. It's starting to blur. It's starting to smudge. I'm losing vision. It's getting heavier. I should go to level 1, but I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on. I can barely see a thing clear. It's like a whole new world, a clean slate, and the rebuild begins. Favourite button in the car? I'd probably go for the hazards. Quite like the little red triangle over there. When you become a hazard, you pop it on, starts flashing in the car. You've pulled over, you're just warning everybody else. All the indicators are going. We are a hazard now, just to let you guys know. We have become a hazard. And we've interpreted the hazard warning lights in other parts of driving. A fun one is when you're on the motorway and you're going high speed, 70, 80 miles an hour, then suddenly there's traffic. And you go from high speed to no speed. You're like, oh, that was dangerous. I had to brake suddenly. But you're safe. Your fear now is for all the cars behind. How will they know of the braking danger that lies ahead of them? I will warn them. I will use my hazard warning lights to warn them. You look in your rearview mirror. Have you seen the warning, my friend? Please heed the warning that I have laid out for you. And it's a lovely moment, isn't it? And then I see you, my friend, and I shall warn the one behind night and day. Sometimes you don't even know what it's about. You just see hazards. Something's happening up there, babe, and now we're part of it. I gotta warn everybody, something's up. Hazards are also they're a thank you, aren't they? Because that's a huge part of driving, when you have to thank you. I just want you to know I'm very grateful for what just happened. I'm this grateful. Because letting people in is such a huge part of driving. When you're in your lane, that's your lane, it belongs to you. You govern that space in front of you. And sometimes people want it. Sometimes they want it from you, don't they? The edge, there's that edging in indicating, excuse me. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be over there. I'm really sorry. Do you mind if I just squeeze in front of you? I know I shouldn't. I know it's yours. And I just wanted to let you know, if I could please have it from you, please. Would it be okay if I came in, please? And sometimes you don't, do you? You just look at them and go, no, not happening. Try the guy behind. Sometimes you don't let them in because they're too pushy. Pushy people who just assume, they just thank you in advance of your decision. They just go, cheers mate, and they just drive in. Whoa, 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 whoa. I haven't made my decision yet. Even though they're halfway into your lane, you drive all the way around them. You are too pushy. I don't like you. Get back. But often you do let people in, don't you? They're indicating, excuse me, can I come in? And you do. You think I'm a nice guy. You stop your car, you flash them in. Come on in, my friend. Yes, I will stop my life for you. Really? Yes. It's yours. Take it from me. I could have been there, but I give to you. Only one car, though. Sometimes there's a sneaky fucker behind who tries to come in too. No! in is in. All you need is a thank you. You look so closely. Has it happened? Have they thanked me? I don't think it came. Did it come? You're burning a hole in the back of their head. Come on. Thank me. Don't tell me I've misjudged you. And sometimes it doesn't happen and you hate them. You can't let it go. I follow them. How creepy is that? I don't like this guy. Sometimes I miss my turning. Darling, wasn't that our junction? I'm not going anywhere till I've seen this prick. He took from me. And it's not like when I catch up with him, I don't run him off the road. I don't even shout at him. All I do is look at him. I don't like him. I feel better now. But when it's the other way round and somebody lets you in, you're indicating, excuse me, can I come in? Do you mind? And they flash you in, yeah, come on in. When you go in front of them, you can feel them burning a hole in the back of your head, waiting to be thanked. And sometimes, you think I'm not grateful. Just calm down. You think I'm not grateful. Just relax. You think I'm not grateful. But I am grateful. Just took me a few moments to locate the hazards. Sometimes they're so happy that you thank them that they thank you for thanking them. They start flashing. Thank you for thanking me. I was so worried that you were a prick and I was going to have to chase you, miss my turning and glare at you. But I'm so relieved. Thank you so much for being you. I was always going to thank you. I'm a nice guy. It just took me a while to remember where my hazard button was. Sometimes I throw in the rear wiper just to confuse them. I really, really love you. The big one is the thumb. You feel like such a good driver, don't you? When someone goes through the effort of rolling the window down. Yeah! I got the thumb, babe! Big part of letting people in is when you're on the motorway and you're coming off at the junction. And lots of other people are coming off at that junction too. Big traffic. Big traffic. There's no traffic on the other lanes. It's all free-flowing, no problem at all. But you're not going there. You're coming off here with all the traffic. And what you're supposed to do, of course, is take your place at the back of the queue. That's what a queue is for. But we don't do that, no, do we? No. What we do is we slowly drive along the traffic, indicating. And we're basically waiting for the person who isn't paying attention. They leave a little gap. There's one! And then you thank them, even though they didn't actually know they meant you. So you pretend you meant it. But on the rare occasion, you find yourself doing the right thing, and you queue up with everybody else, and you stop in the traffic 15, 20, 25 minutes, slowly making your way up through the traffic, boring. Then a cheetah comes and tries to get in front of you, and you've been there for like 20 minutes. He's indicating, can I come in? Sorry. It's quite dangerous over here. We've all done it, sorry. Please just let me squeeze in. Come on, mate, come on. Even though that person has been you on many occasions, you suddenly become incredibly childish. You don't even look over. I know you're there. And if there's one thing I can tell you for sure, my friend, is that there is no fucking way you're getting in front of me. You're so focused on the bumper in front of you. It's at the beginning of a Formula 1 race. As soon as it moves, you're right up its arse, yeah? Unless you're driving a cigarette paper, I don't think you're going to get in. Sometimes they give up on you and go further down the line in traffic, and you're imploring the cars in front, don't let him in. He's a naughty cheater, don't you dare. I've done a lot of work fending him off back here. If we can work as a team, we can force him to the next junction. He'll be late. Sometimes they go all the way to the end and they actually get in. They're like, yeah! Could have been me. I've been rude about automated aspects of my car, but to be quite honest with you, I do have an automatic car. I've always had an automatic car. My mother had an automatic car. My grandma had an automatic car. I don't know why people don't have automatic cars. They're so much easier. But so many people don't. I'm talking to the drivers here. Just by way of applause, who, like me, has an automatic car? Automatic car people. Manual car drivers. Crazy amount of love for the manual. And I just don't get it. In my automatic car, I put it in D, that stands for drive, yeah, that's that done. I don't even touch that again. That's until I want to P for park, I P for drive. Then I've got two pedals. One is to go, and one is to stop. Why would you want to overcomplicate driving beyond going and stopping? But all of you, you're all like, why would I do that when I could do this? This is so much better. I just feel like you're really driving. To reverse in my automatic car, I put it in R. That stands for reverse. Then I look behind me and I reverse with 100% certainty. In your manual cars that you love so much, you don't know if it's in reverse or first gear, and it's your own car. It's pathetic. You see people like right to reverse as a knock. Gotta lift the gear stick, and you turn it, and you bring her down. Just bring her down like that, and then around, and then rock it. Just rock it in the corner right now. Up, around, and alright? That's it. Here we go. Oh, fuck it out. Just getting excited. Here's something weird. It's a bit weird. I was driving with my wife. We were reversing, right? She's in the passenger seat. I put my arm around the seat like that, looked behind us, and started reversing down the road. Wound it into a space. I thought nothing of it. She looks at me, she goes, I find that really sexy. You find what sexy? Something I did. I just find that really sexy. Sorry, what? What did I do? I've always found that really sexy when men reverse like that. Men? Who are these men? What are you talking about? It's just that you don't normally do it. Do what? When you put your arm around me and reverse. I've always found that really sexy. We've been together for 18 years, darling. I've been focusing mainly in the bedroom to try and turn you on. It would have taken me 1,000 years before I tried manoeuvres in the car. What's the plan for date night? Should we just drive around backwards and you tell me when you're up for it? Is that the plan? She said, I can't help what I find sexy. I said, is there anything else really weird that you find sexy that I should know about? She said, let me have a think. I said, do. She said, oh, there is one thing that men do. Who are these men? What are you talking about? She said, you know when men take their jumper off and they just reach behind their back and then just take their jumper off in one go. Just reach and then... I find that really sexy. You don't find my way sexy when I get the arms going? No, Michael, I don't. So I banked it. I thought, fine, I'm having that. Yeah, a few weeks later, date night. Had a nice evening, got back home. Kids are asleep. Thought I'm going to go for it. Happened to be in a jumper. Reach for the back. I should have practiced. I didn't realise this would be difficult. I got my head stuck in it like I was being born. And I tried to keep it sexy, so I was pulling as hard as I can. I slowly revealed my face. But she was into it. She was like, oh my God, you remembered. I was like, oh, hello. I threw it on the floor. So I really thought you weren't listening. Oh my God, babe. Oh my God, that's so romantic. That's so sweet. Oh my God, normally you don't listen to what I say. Oh, I like that, Michael. No, Michael, sorry, not tonight. I don't think so. Fine. Can I put my jumper back on because it's absolutely freezing in this house? Oh. That's not the weirdest one. I said to her once, I said, look, darling. I said, we've been together a long time. Why don't you? We should communicate. I'm sick of this trial and error approach. Why don't you just tell me, then, what really turns you on? She went like this, she went, what, really? I was like, what, okay, yeah, really? She went, seriously? Yes, please. For real? Yes. Really? Yes. She went, black men. Well, it's a challenge. Thanks for that, Tommy. Apart from that, things are going very well at home. We just got a dog. We got a little dog, a little wolf. Little tiny little Norfolk Terrier, very fluffy boy. He's changed our life. We used to live in a shoes-off house. You know, people come around and they see that we're not in shoes. Now, see that I'm not in the shoes. And they go, oh, is it shoes off? Sorry, is it shoes? I go, yes, I'm so sorry, it is. It's just because of the carpet. I'm so sorry to be annoying. It's just, it is a shoes-off house. Michael, are you wearing red socks? No, I've just had a bath. They're quite sore. Can we leave that? It is a shoes-off house. Now I'm like, oh, put your shoes back on. There's shit all over the carpet. We've got a dog now. Little puppy, and he poos all over the house. You spend a whole time waiting for him to assume the position. If you've got a dog, they just suddenly, their back legs come in, and you're like, no, get out, get out. They look at you like they know as well. It's like, I'm gonna do what? No! The other day I came into the kitchen, and the door of the dishwasher was open. He'd leapt on it. He was in the position. No! But he's a very sweet, loving dog. I got a dog who's loving because you can select the breed of dog you like, and I don't understand why people don't get the loving ones. I went onto the internet, and there's a website that tells you all about the different characteristics of dogs, how much you have to walk them and feed them, and there was a category for love. Does it love children and adults, humans basically? And it was rated out of 5 stars, and my dog got 5 stars for love. Little Norfolk Terrier, 5 stars. Labradors get 5 stars, Golden Retrievers. Why would you not get a 5-star love dog? He looks at me with his little eyes. He's like, I love you so much. I'm going to give him a Norfolk accent. I don't know that he is a Norfolk Terrier. I love you so much. Thank you so much for letting me live here. I love what you've done with the house. It's absolutely spectacular. Are you an interior designer? You should be one. Are you the guy from the Parker Republic? Thank you. When you leave the house, I'm telling you, I worry that you're dead. I do. I panic so much. And then you come home and I'm like, yes, he's home. I love him. And I'm so sorry about the dishwasher. I am sorry about that, but I love you. Why would you not get a dog that loves you? I went on the website just out of interest to see the other dogs in the love category who get lower ratings. Chihuahuas get 1 star for love. Those little dogs with the googly eyes, they don't like people. You know, people have a chihuahua, they go, careful, he's a bit nippy. Because he doesn't like people. Do your research. They're like, I don't like you, I don't want to live here. I don't like your face. Why did you not do your research? I have 1 star for love. I hate you, I hate your whole family. When you come close, I try to bite you. I just try so hard to just nip you. When you leave the house, I hope you're dead. I do, I hope you die. And get me out of your handbag, you fucking witch! Chihuahua, 1 star. But it's for the kids. It's for the kids, of course, the kids. Because, you know, you do everything for your children when you're an adult, when you're a parent. Not when you're an adult, when you're a parent. Because they love them, you just want them to be happy. Also, they're not children forever, which is probably a good thing. Because raising children is a constant battle. A battle to do the most basic things there is. Every day, you have to dress your children, feed your children, wash your children, and put them to bed. These are the 4 basic principles of parenting. But for some reason, they argue and fight with you just to do the basics. Every day, getting dressed, get dressed, come on, school time, I'm coming in a minute, in a minute, in a minute, in a minute. I don't even know if they know in a minute is a word that means in a minute. They just say in a minute, I'm coming in a minute, I'll be there in a minute, I'm doing it. But they're not moving, they're just sitting on the Xbox. I'm coming in a minute. How long is there left? 8 minutes. I'll be there in a minute, I'm coming, Dad. I'm coming. That's even if they're playing the Xbox. Now, they watch YouTube, and they just watch some gamer, some other little shit, and they're not even playing like vegetables, just staring. The screen has FIFA in the corner. There's some other little brat going, I'm coming in a minute, to their parents. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm watching a gamer do it. I'm watching, he's really good. I used to try and get my kids in the garden. Now I'm like, why don't you get back on the Xbox? You can exercise your thumbs a little bit. In a minute. Get your coat on. I'm boiling, Dad. I'm boiling. They're always boiling. I'm boiling. Yeah, that's because I've heated the inside of the house. But what I haven't done is heated the rest of the world. It's freezing. Get your coat on. I have to stand them on the porch outside in their pajamas. They still lie. I'm boiling. I'm boiling it. I don't want to cut, alright? I'm hot-blooded. I'm doing it. Eat eating. I mean, they'll eat shit. They'll eat the ice cream and the chocolate, but we want to aim high. We're trying to look after them. We want to be healthy. So you have to bargain with them all the time. There'll be no ice cream, children, unless you eat all your vegetables, all your broccoli, all your carrots, and all your peas. But don't like it, Dad. It's disgusting. You can't force us. You can't. I'm going to throw up, Dad. Just thinking about it. I'm going to throw up. Seriously. You're going to make me sick. Is that what you want, Dad? Is that what you want? All right, fine. I just want you to have 1 carrot, 5 peas, and this floretta broccoli, and then you can have ice cream, okay? But Dad, I'm going to throw up. That is so disgusting. You don't understand. It's going to kill me, Dad. It's disgusting. You can't force me. All right, fine. I just want you to stick your tongue out and let me wipe the broccoli across your face. And then can I have ice cream? Yes, fine, have ice cream. Washing. Have you got in the bath? Have you washed it? Have you brushed your teeth? They lie with their stinky little faces. Have you brushed your teeth? Yes. Then breathe on me. You have to take this jet of disgusting... You haven't, have you? No, Daddy. Why did you lie? I'm not going to get away with it. And flush. Do you know? Before I had children, I would fantasize about what it would be like. Little lovely rosy cheeks, running in the fields, picking flowers, picnicking. Daddy, I got you some flowers for picnic. I love it, Daddy. I love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. How did that fantasy become me, almost on a nightly basis, standing over the toilet, going, whose poo is this? Lucas, is this your poo? He actually comes over. He puts a whole act on. He looks in the loo. No, that's definitely not my poo. Ozzy, come here. Is that your poo then? No, Dad, that's definitely not my poo. Darling, don't you even. The dog's like, don't look at me. I did a shit in the dishwasher. Leave that. I love you though. I really love you, like properly. Bedtime, go to bed, straight to bed. Can I have a story? The last thing you want to do after a day of battling over bullshit is read a pathetic story you've read 1,000 times before. I don't know if you do this, but I scan the bookshelf for the shortest book available. My son's always like, can we read The Hobbit? No, I thought we'd read this leaflet that came in the post this morning. It's for a local pizzeria. There's a deal on. The end. Daddy loves it. I'll see you in the morning. Don't play up. Don't you get out of that bed. Daddy, why are you wearing a jumper? I'm trying something with Mum. Believe it. And that's what it is. That's what it is to be a parent, and it will never be anything other than that. All children will behave like this in future and have done in history. There'll never be a single child who will ever just go, Mum, Dad, I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to head up early tonight. Managed to squeeze a shower in while you were cooking that amazing dinner. I don't know if this would be different with the broccoli, but it was outstanding. Again, please. I'm going to crack on. I've been reading myself a book. I'll meet by the front door at about 5 to 9. I'm going to wear a coat. I've seen the forecast. Oh, and minty fresh. See you now. That's never going to happen. And that's the parents acknowledging it. It's all to look forward to, a little baby Owen. But then they get older, and I suppose you miss it. My oldest son is 12 years old. I don't know how that happened. Well, I do know how it happened, but he's 12 years old. He's 12 years old, it's crazy. And he always wanted to be 12. 12 has got a big year for him. For nothing more exciting than watching 12 films. This is his life. All he wants to do is be 12, to watch 12 movies. Now he's 12, all he wants to do is watch 15. It's like, Dad, can I watch 15? Can I watch 15? It's like, no. Why? I don't understand why. How old are you? 12. 12? How's maths going at school? How's maths panning out for you? Yeah, but I don't understand why. Because 15-year-old films are for 15-year-olds and above. They've got adult themes and bad language. Yeah, but I know all the words, Dad. I know all the words. Then his brother comes in. Yeah, we know all the words, Dad. You don't know all the words. Yeah, we know the F word. And the S word. And the C word. Whoa. Stop. You do not know the C word. Yeah? Crap. Oh, lovely relief. And one of the many reasons they're not coming to this particular show. So it's a no swearing rule in our house, obvs, because they're children. However, this did lead to quite a funny moment on holiday last year in Italy. Summer holiday, sun cream, sunshine, swimming pool, sitting by the pool, classic summer holiday situation. Ozzy comes in, my youngest, he's holding the iPad. He's like, Dad, Sorry, that's not his accent. I don't know who that child was. It's far more middle class than that.
Father, Papa, Potsy, Daddy.
Don't know who that first child was.
Hello, Dad, you alright? I'm your son. Come as a surprise, mate, you alright? How come I'm from the East End, Dad? And you're Chinese? What kind of a family is this, mate? And I've just seen Mum reversing down the road with a black geezer. What's going on, mate? I saw a jumper fly out the window. She looked happy. Aye, aye.
I don't know who that child is, I apologise.
Daddy, Luke's slowly moving the iPad.
I thought they'd just filmed like a thing on the video, just knocking around. It's like, do you want to watch it? It's like fun, whatever. But it was like an app they downloaded, it was quite professional. It started with the trailer. I was quite impressed. Had the voice and everything. In a world where two brothers are fighting against one another. It's just got my kids, you know, there's no big budget for wardrobe or location. They buy their swimming pool in their swimming trunks, pretending they've got guns, just messing around, just some kid stuff. Then at the end of the trailer, it goes, rated 15, and a big 15 comes up. I'm like, what do you mean rated 15? It's like,
Yeah, Dad, it's 15. Me and Luke's made a 15 certificate movie.
I saw through it immediately. You've made a 15, haven't you, as an excuse to use bad language that you're not allowed to, haven't you?
Dad, what are we supposed to do? It's a 15 certificate.
So I watched this film and, look, officially I'm very angry with the children, but it was quite hilarious. So they wedge the iPad up in a sort of sun lounger. Lucas, he comes in his trunks, he's doing this weird gangster voice now. Give me the money, man, you owe me some money, man. I come here to collect, bro. I come here to collect. Then Ozzy comes in his trunks.
I don't have no money, man. I don't owe you no money, man.
Some kind of funny gangster thing going on, quite sweet. I personally didn't realise that this cinematic masterpiece was in production, and I wandered into the background of the shot in what could only be described as some of the most disturbing footage of anything I've ever seen in my entire life. Why my wife didn't tell me how fat and burnt I was, I would never have left the hotel room. You could just see, I'm holding the iPad, you could just see my tummy coming into the shot, like, please tell me that's not what I think it is. Please tell me that's the inflatable flamingo. It can't be me. And then I just followed on behind it. And I just stood there. It was really creepy. Just looking at the sun. Like it was hurting my face. I have no recollection of when this was. And then I started itching and just scratching. And then I wandered back from where I'd come from. Weird. Anyway, so the kids carry on in this thing. Then suddenly Ozzy starts looking really guilty. He stops the narrative, I don't know what's going on. He just looked directly into the iPad, which is directly at me, watching this film. He starts giggling. Lucas is like, do it. Do it now. Do it. He's like, Mum, can I do it? I can't do it. He just goes, this is bullshit. Then Lucas leans in and goes, give me the fucking money! Pathetic. Then he completely abandons the narrative and just goes, wanking crap. Oh, that's it, that's a 15. Ladies and gentlemen of Belfast, thank you so much for coming out tonight and listening to me on the Saturday night. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Thank you. This is the encore. I just go off and I come back. It's a very strange thing. I would never have left you so quickly. I'd love to milk it. Obviously, I'd like to stay back here for a while and milk the applause, but unfortunately, I've been hurt in the past in London when they like to beat the rush, and I left it too long once. And there was really nobody there when I came back. It was much awkward. Had to just come out and go, oh, sorry. Big drinking town, this. Big drinking. Is Saturday night quite a big night here? Is it? Is it? Do you not have plans afterwards? Who's got plans? You have plans? Did the lady take a selfie with me in it from a distance? Brilliant. A wee selfie. That is a wee selfie. Look at the size of it. Brilliant. So look, I have a story, thank God, otherwise this will just be me standing here drinking. How was the show? It's alright, and then at the end he just stood there drinking. It was great. So this is the story. It was a misunderstanding, you need to understand that as we go into it. This occurred in the motorway services loo in the urinals. But it was a misunderstanding, and it was funny, but just bear with me. Just as an aside, I just want to let you know how nervous I am as a parent. I was driving on the motorway the other day with the children in the back of my son when he said, "Dad, can we stop at social services?" He meant services, but I shat myself. Is it not something we can sort out within the family, darling? I'm thirsty. Well, that's no reason to involve the authorities. There should be Avion in the back. So the urinals are lined up against the wall and they're peeing into you, probably know this. Although judging by the state of the floor, there are many public loos, I think gentlemen use them more as a general guide than an actual destination. I get the impression that some men must be sitting in them and peeing outwards, such as the state of the hygiene. Anyway, the reason I bring this up, and integral to the story, are the rules, the etiquette, the protocol amongst gentlemen, and every man in here knows about that, about how to behave in the urinals. And there are two main rules. We never really discussed this, but everybody knows about them. Basically, you don't talk to strangers, okay? And if you see a peeing person, you will select a urinal as far apart from them as possible. Maximum distance, okay? So if you come in and you see somebody peeing on the far left-hand side, you will clock that and immediately go to the far right-hand side to allow the biggest gap between you, okay? And if they're all taken, you hang back as if you're not even there to pee at all, and then when one becomes available, you slowly and quietly slot into the vacated gap. If they're all taken, you don't queue. For example, you don't pick your favourite and stand directly behind a peeing stranger. Are you going to be long, my friend? I'm double parked. Nor do you go along the line seeing who's nearly finished. This is another total faux pas. Oh, final dribbles. Oh no, another full jet. I didn't know you had it in you, sir. None of that. Anyway, back to the story. So I go in and all the urinals are available, so I do the right thing. I select one on the far right-hand side, and I'm doing this to allow, should somebody else come in, they would pick the one on the far left-hand side to allow the biggest gap between us. So I come in, and I'm peeing over here, and I notice midstream, I would say, in my peripheral vision, somebody comes in, and he does everything right. He doesn't talk to me, of course, he knows the rules, and he selects the urinal as far apart as possible away from me on the far left-hand side. So far, so good. But what I didn't realise is he wasn't actually on his own. He was with his son, a child, who was smaller than him. I didn't see him because he was obscured from my view, and he was peeing at a lower down urinal that I didn't even know was there. I only thought it was me and his dad in there. So when he spoke out loud, I thought he was breaking the rules and talking to me, and it was one of the most terrifying moments I can remember, to be honest with you. I'm peeing over here, he's peeing over there, and he just goes, "Ryan, now shake it like a good boy." I don't think I can fully express to you the fear that washed over me. You never know how you're going to react. I wanted to run for my life, but I became quite submissive. I found myself immediately doing what I was told. I shook it like a good boy. Then he went, "Now put it away," and I did, even though I hadn't finished yet. I peed my pants a little bit, if I'm honest. Then he went, "Now wash your hands and come and hold daddy's." I nearly threw up on the floor. But as I turned around, I saw the kid. I saw the guy. I'm like, I was talking to his son. And I immediately found it hilarious. And I don't know why I did this. I suppose he thought he'd recognised me or something. But I told him. I was washing my hands here. He was washing his hands there. His son was washing his hands there. I just turned to him and went, "You know when you said shake it like a good boy? I thought you were talking to me." He just held his son's hand and went, "Never talk to strangers in toilets."